Hey there, I'm Charlotte with Colorful Teaching for You, and today we are going to be talking about some fun Halloween games. So whether you are new here or not, whether you are a homeschooling parent or a teacher, you can use this. Now, if you're a teacher, you might be saying, well, whoa, I don't need to use this because Halloween is going to be over by the time we get back. But you know that Halloween falls on a Sunday this year, and what happens after Halloween? Your kids are going to be jumping with joy and super excited to tell you all about their trick-or-treating experience. So let's dive in and let's get started, right? Now, I'm not going to go over the definitions of what Halloween is because you either celebrate it or you don't. And if you do, then we're going to have some fun. And if you don't, well, that's okay. We can still take these and adapt them. Now, all of these games are in line with the curriculum, and let me tell you that we start with some low energy games and we build up to the really high energy games. Now, if you're a Colorful Teaching for You insider, you are going to be getting an extra bonus one in your email in the next couple of days, and if you are not, then join us and check out the free resource library. All right, so let's get right into it. The first game is a point and print. And point and print is this particular, you'll have a bunch of games in there actually, and you can work on printing, that's why there's print, or you can do some matching games and so forth. You could also have this one that's the circle and answer game right there. And with this game, what you would do is you would just have your kids take a pen or a pencil, right, and have them figure out what the right answer is. If this is rain, how do you spell rain? It's R-A-I-N, or is it R-A-N or R-I-N, right? Because you would have taught them R-A-N is rain, so they would circle the right answer, and then they would kind of go around and guess it with each other. The second game is, this is more fun, is the pictured bingo. So you get to play bingo with your class, and you can do it in different ways, right? You can use a dauber, or you could use highlighters, because guess what? If you're in a classroom, these come in your classroom. You can easily get them. Most of us get it for free. So that's another way of doing it. Or they can have pencils, depending on what you wanted to work with. And you can come up with the rules. They can do it diagonally, they can do it across. And what you're going to end up doing is you've got your bingo cards, and you're going to cut up your bingo cards, and you're going to have, you'll call out the name, or for younger kids you might want to show them the actual word along with the name. So it's word name association right here. You're doing your language arts as well, and then you can take these same cards and you can actually post them on your word wall. So you've got multiple ways of having them learn new sight words. So those are two games. You can also, for the next game, it's called the mummy wrap. So all you need are some toilet paper. You're going to group your kids into small groups, and you're going to have one kid be wrapped around with toilet paper, and the fastest, you're going to time it, so the fastest group wins, of course. And if you want to add some creativity in there, you could totally throw in some markers, some props, and there's your art lesson. And after that, if you want to add a language arts bit, you can have them write a story about a mummy. So you've got multiple things that you can do there. The fourth game is the monster freeze dance. Now this is very much the same as the freeze dance, regular freeze dance that you would play the game, but here, of course, because it's Halloween, they're probably wearing costumes, so you call them the monster freeze dance. Now, one of the things I don't like, but let's go with this. If you don't know what the freeze dance is, they're dancing, and then when the music stops, the first person to well, all of them must stop. The last person, sorry, that stops dancing is the one that's out. Part that I don't like is when the kids are out, what do you do with those kids? Because especially if you are alone with a group of children, then you've got classroom management going on there. So what I like to do here is have them be the monsters. So they're going to, when everyone's dancing, they get to cheer the rest of the people on, but they're by making monster sounds. And after that, you also get them really interested in the game because they're all riled up there and they're excited about it. So this I would like to call the monster freeze dance, because you give them something to do as well. you're also looking for art lessons here. If you want to add an art component, you can have them decorate a monster. You can have them, so what I mean by that is let them create a monster, maybe in groups or as a whole class. Create one big monster that you can use as decor, or they can make little small ones that they can take home for their decorations. So that adds on to the dance, but it also gives them a little brain break right there, right? And the last game is the eyeball race. And so here it's like the, so what you need is a spoon, and you'll need a golf ball. And these are, you don't need, you usually wouldn't buy them one at a time. You'd probably buy them in like groups of 3 or something, or 4. You can probably get them at the dollar store, right? And you can get, I didn't have any plastic ones on hand, but you can get plastic ones from your local dollar store or the Target if you're in the States. And what you're going to do is exactly the same as a regular game where they have, you know, they put it into their mouth and the ball is on the other end. But here, sorry, I got excited there. The ball here, when I call it the eyeball, because at a lot of the dollar stores, you're able to find these golf balls that actually look like little eyeballs. And so that adds a little bit of fun to it. And you could put music if you want to this, you don't have to. But the goal here is if you have 4 groups, depending on how many kids you have, I'm assuming, let's say you've got 20 kids there, so I would go 4 groups of 5. And in those groups, what you do is you might have 4 buckets. You have a clearly defined end line and 4 buckets at the end in front of each group, and they can take this, and they're at that point going as fast as they can, and as soon as they get to the bucket, they put their golf ball in, or their eyeball in, and then they go to the back of the line, and then the next person goes. Now, a way to save some money if money is tight, your budget is tight, what you would do instead of the bucket, get rid of the bucket idea, and have them take the same ball all the way to the very end at that end line, and you can totally mark that line with some green tape. Have them go all the way back and give the ball to the next person, so you only need to buy 4 balls instead, right? So that's pretty awesome there. Now those kids that are already done, they're going to start causing some havoc. So instead of letting them just hang around and cheer, because after a while they get bored, is add a daily physical activity, so DPA. Different places are going to call it different things. We are calling it DPA here. You would add that a component to your curriculum by having them do some lunges, or have them do some jumping jacks, skipping, whatever it is they're doing while they're waiting, because it's also getting rid of some of that pent-up energy. Okay, so those are the 5 different games that we talked about. So here we've looked at, you know, why we would be doing Halloween games even after Halloween. We looked at 5 different games, and those games are the point and print, which you can find, and the fall bingo. You can find the links to them that it will be associated with this video. And then you can play the mummy rap, very simple, the monster freeze dance, and the eyeball race. So those are 5 games. We also looked at how we can integrate it into our curriculum, especially if you are wanting to write a lesson plan or your principal comes by. You have a reason for doing it besides, oh, I need a brain break, right? So if you have any questions, please do feel free to message me, because I'd love to hear from you. And if you want to be a Colorful Teaching for You insider, check out the link to my free resource library, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Happy Halloween! Take care, my friends.